Hey y'all, it's me and I'm coming to you today with this neon green eyeliner look, so if you want to know how I achieved it, just keep watching.
It's upsetting me and my homegirl because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Better No Chase, where the hell could you go?
Alright, I guess it's just going to be like a little chit chat. We're going to see. I literally lied because nothing about this video is chit chat, it's all voiceover, sis. So I just started by priming my face with my Clinique Moisture Surge, and then I'm just, going ahead and carving out my brows. To carve out the bottom of my brows, I use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Cookie, and to carve out the top, I use my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Caramel. I'm just taking a blending brush and literally blending out the edges of the concealer and foundation on top and bottom. Right here, I'm just kind of concealing the front of my brows because they can be a little bit harsh since I got them microbladed, and I'm just blending that out. And now I'm just going to take whatever's left of the concealer shade and just put it all over my lid. I'm going to take this Juvia's palette, the Zulu. I'm gonna take this brown and just pack it into my crease. Alright, I'm gonna take another Juvia's Place palette, the Tribe, and I'm gonna take Ashanti. I'm gonna take this second brown and lay it a little bit higher up than we laid the first one because this is gonna start our transition from one shade to the next. And I'm just gonna take a blending brush and really just blend out any harsh lines or edges because you want your shade transition to be very smooth. Now we're gonna go back into our first brown shade that we used and go back and just emphasize that color because it did get a little bit lost in translation after we laid our second brown. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and marry these two shades together again. So now we're going to start to cut our crease. I like to put the concealer shade at the base of my eyelashes and then look up because it'll create a little line for me. And then from there, I just carry that line to the inner corner of my eye and then also to the other end of my eye to finish creating the cut crease. Now I'm just blending out the outer portion of the cut crease because later I'm going to put shadow here and I just don't want it to be a harsh line of demarcation. So I'm going to take this nude shade from this Morphe palette. I'm going to put the palette in the description, but I'm just taking this nude shade and packing it all over my lid. I'm going to go back in with that first brown shade that we used and I'm going to use it to blend our lid with our crease. It's just going to make for an easier transition, a more beautiful transition between the shades. Taking this pigment from Luxe Glam Cosmetics in the shade Sour Apple and just applying a little bit of water, mixing it together, and I'm going to use that as my eyeliner shade. I have a few different shades from this company and this was my first time actually using them and I liked it for the most part. I don't know if I have to use a different mixing medium other than water to get the type of consistency that would work better because it did give off a little bit of, chalky vibes, which was fine. I mean, I still got the outcome that I was going for and it gave me the color payoff that I wanted, so everything was cool. I just got to figure out how to really use these pigments to work for me. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just taking the pigment and I'm using it to create this winged liner. You really got to take your time and really build up the color to get the color payoff that you wanted, but you got to be patient. Here, I'm just taking my foundation and cleaning up the edges of my wing liner to make sure they are sharp and precise because that one right there, it was a little janky at the end. But yeah, just use your foundation, clean up the edges, and then I'm going to start to bring my foundation down and apply it all over my face. Here, I'm putting my concealer from Born This Way in the shade Cookie, and I'm just going to go ahead and put my concealer everywhere, lay it down, and I'm going to start to blend it out. If you watched my other makeup tutorial, literally all the steps that I used on my face in the last video is literally what I do in this video too. I do the same thing for my face every single time. I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape in medium tan sand, and I'm going to just lay that underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And I'm going to take deep sand and put it on my cheekbones, forehead, and the edges of my nose to lay the foundation for my contour. I like to lay the concealer underneath my eyes and my nose first and then blend out my contour, because the longer that you let your under eye concealer lay there when you're using the Shape Tape, I just feel like it gives you a better color payoff in the end. Like the brightness that you want is going to be way more, I don't know, emphasized if you let it sit there for a minute. You gotta let it get ready, you know? Here, I'm just blending out my nose contour. Y'all know how I feel about blending your nose contour into your eye socket, into your eyebrow, because the finish after you do this, it just be so worth it. Literally take that extra time to blend your nose contour into your eyebrows. Literally, it makes all the difference. Then just take your damn beauty blender and go ahead and blend out again everywhere you put your contour, because we don't want no harsh lines, nothing. You want your face to look flawless, to be seamless. You gotta take that time and that effort, put your heart into it, okay? You're gonna have to go ahead and blend out your under eye concealer. We gave it enough time to really do what it needs to do, and you're just gonna take that beauty blender and blend it out. I'm taking my ABH Contour Kit in medium to tan, and I'm just going to set my nose contour. Make sure that you blend it into the brows, honey. Blend it in. Now I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way powder in Toffee and really try and set my face contour. We're going to add some life back into my cheeks because I was looking very one-dimensional, very not impressed. Not impressed at all. I'm setting my under eyes with my Mercier translucent powder. Y'all know how this go. If you watched the last video, you already know what I'm up to and you already know what I'm about to do. I'm gonna take the powder and also use it to set my brows. I feel like it just does something for me. I love it here. I'm gonna also take my loose setting powder, my Deep Peach from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm gonna just take that and sharpen up the bottom of my contour because we're going for precision. Everything sharp. Eyeliner sharp. Contour sharp. Nose reverse contour sharp. And I'm gonna just take some blush and liven up my cheeks. At this point, the setting powder has done what it needed to do, so we're just going to wipe that away underneath our eyes and underneath our contour. We're going to add some highlight to our apples of our cheeks, our nose, our cupid's bow, our forehead, and a little bit on our chin too. Y'all know I do not play about nothing about my nose. I'm taking my highlight and putting it on the tip of my nose and the bridge, a little bit underneath my eyebrows to give a little bit of highlight, and I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. Right now, I'm going to just go fill it in my brows a little bit. You know, they are microbladed, so I don't be having to do too much. I'm going to just take that powder, fill in the tail, and then bring it up towards the front. I'm going to take some black eyeliner, put it in my waterline. Now I'm going to dip back into that first brown shade that we used, and I'm just going to build that up on my lower lash line. I'm going to take some black shadow and really work that into my waterline as well. It's just going to create more depth, and I also need to just set that black eyeliner. I'm going to add some finishing touches of mascara to both my top and bottom lashes. Alright, so here's the gag. I started out using my I envy lashes in number 31 because these are literally just my favorite lashes ever. But after looking at it, I just feel like, you know what, they didn't do it for me. I feel like they was too big, so I transitioned into these cherry blossom lashes in 917, and I feel like these were a little bit more natural and they let my green liner shine through. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips. I used a pinkish nudish gloss and then I put my clear gloss on top. At this point, I started to look at myself and I decided, you know what, we need to amp it up. So I just went back into that green pigment and I added it on the inner corners of my eyes and then also in my lash line. That really was the finishing touch to make me fall in love with this look, and from there I started feeling myself. I decided to go ahead and do something to my hair real quick, so I snatched my wig on and I took my little pictures and I was very satisfied. So if y'all like this video, give me a thumbs up and I'll see you in my next one.